fair. Yo, that tune is also amazing. All of Gerhard van der Westhuizen's albums. Isn't it Dirk van der Westhuizen? Who's Gerhard van der Westhuizen?
Well, that was an epic fail. That's not at all what I was trying to do.
Athena.
That is not at all what I was trying to do. Anyway, folks, that didn't quite work out the way I intended. I was trying to do something. Welcome back to the channel. I was trying to do something here very quickly, and it didn't quite work out. Let me move it over and see if it works. So let's just see what's going on here. Shall we see what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Well, now, not if my computer doesn't want to work. It's working. That's right. I'm going to troll Ronaldo.
I used to like DJ on. Like now, people that know their turntables know that this is like the best. Techniques SL 1200 Mark IIs. So this is like the turn. I've got two of these, and it was cock expensive, but it was worth every single penny. So these are the ones that I have. Let me just show you. These are the, okay, zoom in. There we go. Is it this? Yeah, it's this one. Let me see what I'm showing. There we go. It's the Techniques SL 1200. So, although this has got, it's a direct arm, it's fine. It technically doesn't count. This is better. There we go. Here we go. This is the exact one that I've got. SL 1200. Direct drive. This is a turntable. You get a belt drive and then you get a direct drive. Like this thing is cock heavy. And it's even got like one of those that you put in there for the old records. It's got the bigger holes. So yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got time for. I'll be back at 8 p.m. tonight for the TSAC chat. So thank you for everybody that tuned in. It's greatly appreciated. Be sure to smash that like button. Please be sure to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of my future uploads. Thank you, as always, for being members to this channel. To those of you who are members. To those of you who aren't, shame on you. You can become a member by clicking the join button below and being deducted either R39.99 or R79.99 a month. Cheap, cheap.
Hey, folks, that was kind of fun. Streaming Ronaldo. How was that? Hey, Ronaldo. Hey, boy, Ronaldo is showing off his 1940s technology there. It's interesting that Ronaldo is always dissing on boomers, but he's from the Gatsby era there, back in the flapper days. That's right. Prohibition days. Turntables, Ronaldo. Wow, that's some serious ancient technology, my friend. Hey, folks, welcome to Chris Wide Africa here on the Indaba Africa channel on YouTube, on the Indaba Broadcasting Network. He is shaming the people not subscribed. He's just having fun, Olaf. Using Ronaldo as your channel sponsor to help drive viewership. No, Ronaldo, that chases people away from the channel. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chris Wide Africa. Pleasure to have you with us once again on this lovely, well, is it lovely? It's not too bad. It's kind of overcast out there. 2nd of January, 2021. Wow. It is a members perk stream, folks. That means that only members may chat during the stream. We may change that at some point. I'll ask the members later on. So only members can chat. So here you go. Members perks, chat open to members only. Anybody can watch it. You're welcome to sing along and listen and dance along to the program if you like. But for now, just members as a perk or benefit. Hey, Top Secrets, where the hell have you been? About ready to send a search party out there. About ready to send my long-range surveillance detachment out, hunting for Top Secrets. Haven't seen Top Secrets over the holidays. Been hiding out there. Anyway, welcome, folks, to 2021, the year we shall crush the leftist. At least that's the plan. Teresa Bowman's here from the beginning. Top Secrets, Olaf, René Dutoy, Teresa Bowman, Robin, want to be first. Well, you were close to first, Robin. That's good enough. Hank, Fonz, Ginaldo Rose, Quentin Nagle, Happy New Year to you. U.S. Borm, I see, is back again. Good to see you again. Catherine, hey, Catherine. Why am I getting skip frames? There's nothing going on now. That's bizarre. Shouldn't be getting any skip frames. Very strange. Anyway, so lots of news to talk about, and we'll get to that here shortly. Olaf, Robin, I already said that. Okay. Herr Janssen von Rinsburg says hello to the Chris White tribe and moderators. Welcome. Yes, Robin, Ronaldo is showing off his albums. Welcome to the 19th century, 20th century there for Ronaldo. I get a kick out. He's always trying to make fun of boomers, and he's proud of his boomer technology. Hey, Hank. Nick Muller is there. I just saw something coming up. Smart Chris using Ronaldo's as your channel. Hang on a second here. Something's not right. Something's not right. No, it's right. Okay, it just hasn't come up yet. There it is. There it is. Oh, where's my bell? Ho ho. Topsy Cuts is giving a $5 super chat. Says Chris White 1, Ronaldo 0. It's on like Junior Rodeo. Careful, folks. We might wind up hearing everybody going kung fu fighting again with Funky Chinaman in Funky Chinatown. Scorching hot in Cape Town. You can't enjoy the beach. Wow, that sucks, Robin. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this misery brought to you by the African National Congress. Malgovernance, malfeasance, corruption, theft, race mercantilism. Welcome to the African National Congress and its governorship of South Africa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This misery brought to you proudly mit Tolskeborg from the ANC. John Jarvis is here. Welcome to you. Freddie Borsha, it's good to see you again. Leanne Kleinheinz. Okay, is that everybody? I think I called Andre Ferrara. Sorry, Andre, I missed you there. And Ronald Gans. Wow, I missed. Okay. I think I got everybody now. Pretty much everybody. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing today? Obviously, only those who are members are able to chat right now and tell me that. But how's everybody doing aside from that? Audience may look a little small, but that's because people don't understand what members perks is. This damn camera's acting up. That's it. I'm done with that. This camera's gonna, I'm gonna throw it in trash can. Hopefully, it's not the software and it's the processor capability. So when my new computer arrives, I won't have this problem. We shall see. But right now, I think that is the problem. But anyway, in the meantime, folks, so I can get my face in sync with what's going on here, because this is very annoying. Let me just get to the news here. And CNN gleefully reports that Donald Trump is attacking the number 2 Republican in the Senate. Now, how do you determine who the number 2 is? But let's get to that, folks. We'll talk about that now that we're finished covering Ronaldo's program. There we go. So let me restart my camera while we talk about this, folks, just so we try to get caught up. President Trump is spending his final days in office attacking leadership within his own party, this time the second highest ranking Republican in the Senate, offering a possible preview of his broader post-presidential strategy to use influence in the 2022 midterm elections and beyond. Well, he's going after Senator John Thune. He said that I hope to see the great governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, run against Rhino Senator John Thune. Well, you know what, folks? Donald Trump is not wrong. John Thune is a rhino. He's been a massive disappointment since he rode coattails to the Senate and doesn't want to leave now. And he has been a very disappointing senator, just a comfortable John McCain-like rhino. That's right, in the Senate. So, yeah, there you go. Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all, folks. Yep. So that's what's happening with that right now. Donald Trump is tweeting out against John Thune. So what? Kristi Noem is a brilliant governor. Why can't he support her? Okay, let's see what else we got there. Arctic says, what PC did you buy? I bought an iBuyPower PC, folks. This one's got some nice juice to it. I had to sell my firstborn. I was contacted by Lucifer, whom I had to sell my soul to in order to pay for this PC. But I did buy a pretty massive PC, folks. Let me see if I can find the specs on this bad boy real quick. It is quite a massive beast, and I won't get it for like 5 weeks. It takes that long. Because I'm frugal, I took the discount and said, let's wait a little bit longer. But so let me just get to it and I'll tell you some of the specs. For those who know computers, you're going to find this awesome. For those who don't know computers, you're probably going to be a little bit bored. So my apologies in advance if you're bored. But I thought I'd share this. I bought this on New Year's Eve. It's a couple days ago. Oh, come on. There we go. Stupid reCAPTCHA thing was taking forever. They do a reCAPTCHA every time you log in. So, all right, now let me get to my order history. Hot chocolate. Where is my order history? Come on. There we go. Right. Okay. So, come on. Jeez, you got to go through 35 different things to get what you want. I don't think you saw me. Anne-Marie, no, I did not see you, Anne-Marie. Welcome, Anne-Marie. I did not see you. Thank you. My apologies for missing you. I don't see everybody. I do my best, particularly on a members-only chat, because I do have my tablet in front of me, but it's very small. On the screen, I can't chat in my streaming software at all, and so I have to open up another thing. But where is my details here? Here we go. Are we finally there? Come on. Oh my goodness. Can I see my computer? Here we go. Okay. So it is an Intel Core i9-10900F processor. Wow. 20 megabytes on level 3 cache. The motherboard is an Asus Z490P. Yep. With multiple USB 3.2 ports, the Type A and M2 slots. 32 gigs of RAM. DDR4 3000 RAM. The video card is an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti with 8 gig of RAM on it. Got a glass case on the side there, 850 watt power supply, liquid cooling for the processor. We have a liquid cooler on there. Primary drive is 1 terabyte Seagate solid state drive with read speeds of 5,000 megabytes per second and write speed of 4,400 megabytes per second. The one that came with it before I upgraded was at 1750 and 1200. So I went from 1750 to 5,000 and 1200 to 4,400. 2 terabyte hard disk drive is a backup for storage. LAN card, of course, yada, yada, yada. What else? Yeah, it's a beast. It's a beast. That's the one, Vutsarko. That's the one I got, the i9 10900F processor. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Got a big power supply, so no problem with expansion. Also had built-in additional USB ports. I had that added in there. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, where's that? It's here somewhere. Comes with a 3-year warranty. Unlike stuff from Microsoft, it has a warranty. The more he speaks, the higher the price. Any guesses? Well, actually, it's pricey, but it's not nearly as pricey as you might think it is. First off, I'm in the States, so there's no value-added tax, only sales tax. I took a 5% discount by waiting an additional week to get it because it's custom built. And it is the U.S. where they sell in volumes, so bear that in mind. I didn't go with a more powerful motherboard. I could have, but this one more than met my needs. I like to have lots of juice, but decided to go easy. I did up the processor to get almost the top end. There's only one processor I could have got that's better than this, the same series. It isn't the F. It was another $40 or $60, and I decided not to do it. So not upgraded on that, but so I've got almost the very top processor, 32 gigs of RAM, a solid state hard drive at 1 terabyte, 5 gigabytes per second reading speed. Wow, man, that's going to be blazing. I can't wait. Windows 10, of course. So Ronaldo, you can save your cash because I didn't buy a Mac. But I might buy a Mac. So if Ronaldo will stick to his promise, and he is caught on film saying it, he would pay for half of my new computer if I buy a computer. So I might buy a Mac just to buy one. So I have one to play with, and I can make fun of it, and then Ronaldo will finance half of it. Nick, yes, the snowman survived. I'm having a little fun with the snowman just because people are making a big deal about it. Anna Marie says, we almost thought I was going to be forced to watch his channel. No. We're just trolling Ronaldo. He likes to do that. He did one recently where he trolled one of my pre-Christmas streams, and he has himself up in the corner. He's like, so I thought I'd do the same to him. Frugal, deep pockets, short arms. That's good, John. I like that. Marauder, hello to you. Vutsarko. Anyway, John says the more he speaks, the higher the price. Any guesses? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, it's pretty cool, folks. Really excited about it. Yeah, I didn't buy any monitors with it, so this PC came without a monitor. I have my own monitors already. I might buy a new one, but I have my own monitors already, so I have to sell another TT to make good on his promise. It says Renee. All right, stop hating on Ronaldo. Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in for this Members Perks chat. If you are a member of Chris White Africa, this is one of the things you do get. You get to get perks, and this is one of them. We do these occasionally, a few times a month now. And as we've seen the numbers of members growing, so once I passed 200 paying members, I decided that we should do this more frequently, and we will. I can't promise to do it once a week just because events get away from us, but we will do it more frequently. Also, out of the kindness of hearts, we ask members towards the end of the stream if they would like to open up to other folks, and usually people say that's fine, and we do it. So for the moment, it's members only. Only members can chat in here, so welcome. By the way, just because you're a member doesn't mean you can't be having your message deleted or given a timeout. If you misbehave, you will be punished. Anyway, so moderators are still present, so everyone on their best behavior. And thanks for tuning in, folks. It's a pleasure to have you here today on this Members Perks stream. On the 2nd of January, ladies and gentlemen, so we've already talked about the Trump thing. Now let me go on. I don't want to do this yet. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do this now. All right, I did a video last night, which is, it's up. Let's see how it's doing. It was doing okay before. Let me see where we're currently at. So it should have crossed the 1,000 view threshold. It's a little slower because not everybody in South Africa and Africa is interested in U.S. politics, but a lot of people are. So let's take a look at that right now. Hey, Lezan, how's it there? Is it 43 degrees today, perhaps? Trian was making a point about the weather being kind of warm there in Gaborone. So. Gerrit Janssen from Rensburg says, trolls seem to dislike not being able to winch. I take it there are dislikes on this video. Is that the case? I don't have it open. So how many dislikes do we have? We had one before. Oh, there's two. There's just two now. That's not bad. 42 likes. Thanks, guys. 42 likes. That's awesome. Western Province win by 2 against the Cheetahs. Oh, man. See, that's a game I would have loved to have seen. What was the score, Hank? What was the final score? I really need to just stick a VPN when I get the new computer in and, I don't know, maybe start pirating. If they're not going to make it available, I'm getting tired of this, not being able to watch things. I don't pirate things, but come on. Let's see. So the Nancy Pelosi video is up over 1,000 views, 1,100, but that's not the really good news. The good news, folks, is that last night's video, which I premiered, and thanks to all those who were able to make it for the premiere, which was, 7 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m. in South Africa. But that video on Beckett, Chile, that one has, ready? Here it comes. Come on, give it to me. 9,700 views so far. So pretty good. That's a good stream. Right now, hitting about 300 and 400 people per hour, which is not bad. I'd like it to be faster than that. But given how things were slow in December, this is about 10 times the viewing that we're getting from videos. So that's pretty cool. Also, very hot, 28 degrees in Cape Town. 28 is hot for me, but not for most people. Sky Greg T. Hey, Sky, good to excuse me. Hi, Greg. Good to see you once again. Tian says, now that Christmas is over, I can recon you would make a great pirate. Yep, that's me talking to Nancy Pelosi's wokeness. That's right, about gender nonsense. And I'm going to get to that story in just a moment. But I did want to highlight this as well. The Hypocrite in Chief video I did about Juju on the 31st. That video is fascinating. I'm at 14,300 views on that right now and getting about, let me see what in the last hour here. So last 60 minutes, 143. So it's losing juice, but it's going to probably hit 15,000. It'd be nice if it went a lot higher than that. My Malema videos never seem to go above 25,000 views, max for them. I'm not sure why. But don't get me wrong, 25,000 is an awesome number of views for a channel with 20,000 subscribers or less. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Juju's video is at 14,300. Still climbing, but I'd like to climb a lot faster. So interesting response on that video as far as comments. I don't know if anybody watches the comments. I went and looked at some of the comments, and some of them I replied to. But last night, one of the things I was doing was looking at the comments on here, and it's fascinating to see people use moral equivalency to explain away Julius Malema. Yeah, unbelievable. So this one's from Adam Solani, and I'm not trying to embarrass Adam Solani, but let me just talk to you a little bit briefly about how people use moral equivalency for this. He says, I'm sorry, I'm disagreeing with you, sir. Well, that's cool. Thank you, Adam. You're welcome to disagree. You're perfectly welcome to disagree, and I'm happy that you disagree. If we agree on everything, that's simply just an echo chamber, and there's nothing learned by either side here. So I'm sorry, I'm disagreeing with you, sir. And he's very polite with a uppercase S, so thank you. That's very kind of you, showing deference to my, I presume, age older than yours. But he said, Malema is part of a growing post-apartheid and post-racist era. Well, if in fact that is where the direction South Africa is going, you should all be very concerned. Very concerned. If you fail to see a grader, you will always miss the points you are trying to make. What grader am I seeing? Am I missing? Am I missing a person who spouts racism, bigotry, hatred, calls for murder and domestic terrorism That's the bigger, greater thing I'm missing. So this moral equivalency Adam is offering here to justify the criminal conduct of Julius Malema is a bit disturbing. But I presume that Adam means well, so we'll continue. There's a lot you are missing when you associate farm crimes all to one individual. Well, first, Adam, I'm afraid you're the one missing things. I never associated all farm murders to a single individual. I never did that. What I said is Julius Malema sings songs calling for the murder of white commercial farmers. That's what I said, and that's a fact. It's on videotape, it's on audio. He proudly proclaims it. He's been sued over it. He's been charged over it. He does it. He calls for the murder of white farmers. In civilized countries, that would get you in jail or make you an accessory to crimes. I never attributed all commercial farm murders to Julius Malema. So you're factually incorrect. And let me just point that out to you. Okay. Farmers do commit crimes too, unless you fail to recognize that a lot of what's going on with these crimes goes unreported. Well, I don't give a flying bat shit about farmers committing crimes. The video wasn't about farmers committing crimes. The video was about Julius Malema and his arrogance flaunting recommendations and requirements for COVID. Going to parties, dancing, drinking, touching people, no mask, and posting it on his Instagram account as if he is immune to the lockdown requirements that affect others. Now, for the South Africans and the black nationalist haters who came on my video and made comments about that, saying that, well, these are old videos and this, but no. Julius Malema put videos on his Instagram account himself. One was still up there. I saw it myself. I looked at it. So News 24 may have taken that video plus other videos and put them together. That isn't the point. The point is the arrogance. And the 2 points about the arrogance of Julius Malema. Number one, he told a supporter who called him out, he said, if you can wait for your apology in heaven. Well, if Julius Malema hadn't been at these parties, you could have said, well, I wasn't at these parties, mate. What are you talking about? So he was at these parties. He was violating the norms. And number two, the EFF issued a press release in which they defended him, saying they were all close family members. Really? So the video isn't germane. That was just for effect to see how shameful his conduct was. The issue is his arrogance and his flaunting of the rules. The next thing was, well, those weren't the restrictions. No, they were the recommendations, and the government's been exhorting people. And even if they weren't the recommendations, for months now, Julius Malema has been telling people that they are disloyal and shameful if they're not social distancing, if they're not wearing masks, and telling people they must wear masks. That's what he's been saying. What's good for you is not good for Juju. What's good for you is not good for Juju. So let's get the narrative correct. It's not about the video. It's about Julius Malema being privileged and special. He's his cadre privilege. Let's call it that. That way nobody can call it racist. It's cadre privilege is what it is. Cadre privilege. I can personally, and probably this is not a right platform to mention some of the heinous crimes that I personally witnessed committed by farmers, though not all farmers are the same. See, this is why I say that maybe perhaps Adam is trying to be genuine here, but I don't care about crimes. Who? Give me a freaking name. See, this is just bullshit, and this is what leftists do. There are crimes committed by farmers. Who? Give me a name. And how in the world does that justify the gang rape of an 11 and 15-year-old, slicing the testicles off of a father, stuffing him in his mouth, and disemboweling him, and then gang raping and cutting the throat of his wife? What justifies? Nothing justifies that. Adam, shame on you. Shame on you. This moral equivalency is the domain of leftists and fascists. Well, they did it first. They did it. No. So if you want to talk about crimes committed by farmers, then how about you send me some data, Adam? Look up my email address. Send me. Tell me the story. No, you don't want to because you're a fraud. And this is fraudulent. This is nonsense. Moral equivalency bullshit from black nationalists, black supremacists in South Africa. And you wonder why there are race relation problems in South Africa. This is the reason, not the reason you purport. Wow. So please do not think that self-defense against a farmer who committed a crime is a blanket attack on all farmers. Excuse me? Self-defense? What self-defense was there in the murder of Brendan Horner, who was tortured and hung, stabbed, beaten? What self-defense? He wasn't armed. He was simply driving home. about Edward Neumeister? 67 years old. Stabbed hundreds of times with a panga, cut apart, murdered. For what? He wasn't even a farmer. He just lived in a rural area and owned a guest house which was shut down because ANC. What about the murder, the torture murder of a blind farmer? A 26-year-old Indian woman, 4 months pregnant, with her 2 children in her bedroom, taken in the bathroom and her throat slit. Do we need to go on? Adam, if you're a genuine person, open your frickin' eyes. Stop believing the sewage fed to you by this criminal Julius Malema, the hypocrite in chief. My goodness. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. So sad. So sad. What's sad is that Adam is probably serious. Adam Salane probably really means this. He probably truly believes this. And if he does, I fear for all South Africans, because someone that believes that bullshit will believe anything. The logic which you're following is fallacious. What logic? What logic? I showed a video clip produced by News 24, and I commented on news reports by major media sources, including News 24, about Julius Malema flaunting COVID recommendations and requirements, and then taunting his supporters. I further that up with follow-up from EFF's press release and offer commentary on that, as well as mentioning the petition. There's no flawed logic there. I'm not suggesting economic progress or policy or telling you why people get COVID-19 or why chlamydia is such a serious problem in the USA amongst teenagers. No, there's no logic involved here. It's simply reporting factual information and offering cogent analysis. So my logic is not flawed. Your commentary is flawed because either you're blind, you're willfully ignorant, or you're just a leftist troll. I'm going to assume that you're not a leftist troll and you actually believe this stuff. So what I'd suggest to you, Adam, is that you take a look around and evaluate the world around you. And I will tell you this, you are flawed. Your logic is flawed, offering moral equivalency for wrong. No. Nobody deserves to be murdered. Nobody. Regardless of their behavior. Let alone gang raped, disfigured, dismembered, tortured for hours. Yeah, excuse me. See, the problem is your bigotry doesn't allow you to be honest about what's happening. I can be honest. When Indians, coloreds, and black commercial farmers are tortured and murdered, I report on it. And I have reported on it. When white commercial farmers are attacked, tortured, murdered, raped, disfigured, I report on it. When I find information about casting transit heist, I report on it. And I give analysis on it. I talk endlessly about the 60 murders per day in South Africa that Bekele does nothing to stop. And the criminal syndicates that have taken over much of South Africa. Those criminal syndicates are comprised of black, brown, and white people. Yeah, that's called objectivity. You're not being objective. Excusing Julius Malema's conduct, which has nothing to do with the video. The video is about his arrogance. So anyway, if you want to comment on my commentary about Julius Malema's conduct, there are videos about Malema on my site. You can do that on. I'm sorry, sir, you are not correct. Actually, I'm 100% correct. And even my opinion is correct on this matter. Julius Malema exhorts his followers to commit domestic terrorism. Julius Malema calls for the murder of white commercial farmers. Julius Malema and his thugs have called for their followers to burn farms in South Africa, exhorting their followers to arson. Julius Malema has called on his followers to arms to attack people in Senegal. Fortunately, that didn't happen except for a motorcyclist being attacked. But beyond that, it wasn't the carnage that he sought. Julius Malema has also exhorted his followers to destroy commercial enterprises in the form of cliques, a black majority-owned business. Why? Because he's an arrogant jackass. And he's not where he belongs, behind bars. Okay, let me see where we're at here. Let me catch back up. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Interesting. Western Province Stormers, about time they start playing rugby again. I agree. Lazan says, was 22 with thunderstorms. We went to breakfast wearing shorts and T-shirts. People looked this funny. It was lekker. The rain is awesome. Yeah, well, enjoy it. Rain can be sparse in Habarani. Okay, so Perfect weather to chill at a restaurant on the beach sipping a cocktail. I can see Robin on the beach just chilling. I'm not a beach person. I do like Cape Town, but I'm not a beach person. Anne Marie Nell says, not hate, let the sun shine on them, but now on this channel. Cool. Let's see. 3128. That must have been a cracker of a game, Nick. Thanks for sharing that. The sheep is riding the leopard. Yep, Ginaldo, you got it right. The sheep is riding the leopard. Anybody see anything else back there? Interesting? Some new stuff? I'll be moving around my scenes in the background. I'm getting close to recording the first episode, probably into the next 2 weeks, first episode for Cake Tate. Drian? Good evening, Drian. Good to see you both on here. 3129. Yeah, I thought you said 2 points, so that's pretty awesome, though. Did you see the liberal hive mind comments to Malema speaking at Oxford? Oh, you're so wonderful, Mr. Malema. Hey, Shock Dweller. And busy working. Cool. Okay, what else you got there? Oops. Jacques took his message out twice now. Why'd you do? Oh, and deleted. What's that all about? Why is Jacques' message being deleted? That's interesting. That's not what I wanted. So, sorry, I'm trying to do something here and it's not working out. Whoops, YouTube quit on... YouTube crashed on me. It wasn't me. Okay. All right. I'll get back to that. That's interesting. Why did it crash on me? Okay. No, I don't see it. Interesting. When was that? At 11:30. Huh. Now the message is gone. I can't see it here. Interesting. Anyway, thanks. Ooh, 3 dislikes. Oh, thanks for the dislikes. Always astounded at the justification, but they did this and that. If someone killed one of your loved ones, it's okay for you to commit murder. So God's law. It's not even you. It's completely disconnected, unrelated murder. So it's okay for someone else just to murder someone in the other part of the country, other side of the country, because someone got... And by the way, they're not talking about murder. The crimes they claim are being committed, or farmers are robbing people, they're beating their workers. That's all horse shit. It's all horse shit. Just lies. These are occasional things that happen, and people prosecute them for them. When they actually happen, white South Africans are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law with all the resources of the state, while torture, murder of blacks, whites, and coloreds on farms is largely ignored, not a priority crime for South Africa. But God forbid a commercial farmer kicks someone out of the back of their pickup truck, they'll be charged with attempted homicide, and the government will prosecute them to the ends of the world. Yep. You guys hear much about those grifters, Harry and Meghan? No. And I don't want them in my country. They're undesirable immigrants. Well, she's not an immigrant. She's sadly one of ours, but he's an undesirable immigrant. Maybe he can get a fiancé visa, but their arrogance, they just assume they can just move here. He's not entitled to live here without a visa. Just because he's the jackass son of jackass royalty doesn't mean that he gets to come here. So there you go. Dislikes like restraining orders are just another way of saying I love you. Well, that's a strange way of saying I love you, but I got you, top secrets. That's a good one. Anyway, folks, so back to the video. So that was pretty cool. There's a lot of people commenting on that video, that Julius Malema video. So thanks for watching it. Thanks for watching the video on Beckett Chile. And on the one with Becky, I waited an extra day just to see what else would come out, and more came out. Someone started a petition to have him removed, which is not going to do anything. And he also responded that, I've got some work to do. Yeah, really? Maybe you should just resign. That would be some good work for you. I think that'd be fantastic for Beckett Chile to do, is just resign. Anyway, folks, so that's where we're at. So, 84 people currently watching the program. Thank you so much for that. Let me get back to the news here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got more news to talk about here. So that's the wrong one. Sorry, that's an old one. I don't know why that one's open. Actually, let me just get rid of that window. Boom. That'll free up some resources. And that's not it. There we go. So this is the one I want to talk about. We're going to talk about this one very quickly here. I don't know how quickly we get through it. We're going to talk about it. This one's very disheartening. Here you go, folks. Proposed House rules seek to erase gendered terms such as father, mother, son, and daughter. Leaders of the House of Representatives, clueless leaders like Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California, and Rules Committee Chairman James McGovern, Democrat of Massachusetts, announced on New Year's Day that the rules package includes changes that would honor all gender identities by changing pronouns and familial relationships in the House rules to be gender neutral. So, given that these changes benefit less than 0.2% or 1/10 of 1% of a 330 million population, how is that honoring all genders? It's not. It's destroying the English language for your woke bullshit. So let's just cover that, folks. Right. And also, this is what they're going to do. The terms to be stricken from the House rules and their code of official conduct are father, mother, son, daughter, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, first cousin, nephew. You get the hint, folks, okay? And they'll be replaced with terms like parent, child, sibling, parent, sibling, first cousin, sibling's child. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this bullshit up. What the hell is wrong with these people? What the hell is wrong with them? This is, oh my gosh, Rome is burning. This is the end of America. This is utter insanity. And the fact that people actually vote for these ludicrous jackasses to serve in our Congress that would raise this sort of nonsense is beyond belief. Did you see was it Argentina or Brazil? It was Argentina, I think it was. No, it was Argentina, where they danced for joy in the streets because now they can commit infanticide. Abortion was approved up to 15 weeks or something like that. And they're joyful that they can terminate someone else's life. What sick people. That's these kind of people. Take away father, mother. This is an effort to destroy social cohesion and human communities. And it's not acceptable. And on January 6th, we will send them a message. Hey, Nicholas Groves, good to see you again. Adam is typical of the leftists produced by liberal colleges and universities. Which Adam? The ones that point out all the I know what the farmers did or do. Why don't you blow the whistle? Yeah, exactly. Because there is nothing there, Anna Marie. There's nothing there. It's just a lie. It's moral equivalency to distract from the heinous activity. And I never said Julius Malema killed all the commercial farmers. I never claimed he killed any commercial farmer. I doubt he's ever even had the courage to strike someone when they actually weren't facing him. You know, he physically assaulted a white police officer when the police officer was turned from him. Also, you know, in South Africa, if you're black, you can beat on a white person and get away with it because if a white person strikes back, there'll be a charge and they'll go to jail. So, yeah, not exactly a brave man, Julius Malema. So, no, I never claimed that he did that. That's this Adam misspeaking. Oh, that's the Adam. Okay, you guys talk about Adam. Yep. All these stupid laws and lockdowns and wokeness does not make sense to me and can't think it does to politicians. What's the end game with this? The end game with this is to criminalize conduct, to shame people, to silence them into quietness by shaming them. That's what the end game is, folks. That's what it's all about. It is all about that. The lefties are definitely sick. I fear it's going to get worse. Mother's Day equals Parent Day. Laughing my ass off. Exactly. So we have 2 parent days. We have a Parent Day for Mother's Day. So we just get rid of one of those holidays? We don't have Mother's Day and Father's Day now? Idiotic. Sick people. It is going to get worse. You're right, Robin. All right, folks, we're about 40 minutes into the stream. Shall I open it up to the non-paying members and let them join the chat? Are you guys okay with that? Shall we do that? Andre says, my question to people on this channel is, should I leave South Africa if I have the opportunity? I surely don't want to leave. My response, Andre, is I wouldn't encourage you to leave South Africa, but I'm sure some people would. This is just a way to appease the minority radical left. The Dems have used them, and OCD got slam drunked a week or so ago. It's totally unworkable, and the Dems know it. Of course it's unworkable. It's stupid. Okay, Stolen by Mother says yes. Okay. Liberals strike again. Absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy stuff, folks. It's unbelievable. Oh, we're going to talk about Australia here in just a moment, too. You may open it up, Robin says. Go for it, says Jacques. Look at that. Look how generous all the paying members are, folks. Thank them for their generosity as we open up the stream here to non-paying members. Just give me a moment to take a second for this thing to respond to me. Okay, live chat. Only channel members may send messages. Unclick that. Save. Ladies and gentlemen, the chat window is now open. Ladies and gentlemen, move forward. The members only mode for chat is off, and you may now join the chat, folks. If you are not a paying member, welcome. There we go. Right. Okay. Who's going to be the first non-paying member or subscriber to jump in the chat right there? So far, it's all paying members. I see the icons. It's open to everybody now. Is anybody here? Or is this audience of 89 just paying members? That's incredible, man. If that's just a paying member audience, that's awesome. Play nice people. Exactly, Jax. Hey, Jax. Play nice people. Yeah. So let's get to this story about South Africa. There's Keith Norton. He says, thanks for opening. No worries, Beaver. All right. Keith was first. Beaver's there as well. All right, folks, now it's time to talk about a little more wokeness. You ready for this? A little more wokeness. Here we go. Wearing face mask in public will now be mandatory in Greater Sydney. Wow. The New South Wales government has introduced a raft of new regulations for Greater Sydney, most notably the first time Wearing a face mask in public will be mandatory in shopping centers, supermarkets, retail businesses, on public transport, in indoor entertainment, in salons and barbers, and gaming venues and places of worship. Okay, that's a bit of a hubbub about nothing. I mean, that's already the unconstitutional legal situation here in Pennsylvania. You can't go in any building without wearing a stupid diaper on your face. So that's not exactly shocking. When I saw the first news reports, they said that they were telling you had to wear it indoors and giving the impression this was something new. This is not that special. So once again, the media getting the story wrong. New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian announced a number of changes to operating rules. Gym classes will be capped at 30 participants. No, I don't want your subscription. Weddings and funerals, 100 guests. Outdoor performances, 500 audience members, down from 1,000. Large-scale outdoor events such as markets limited to 2,000 patrons, down from 5,000. Because with 2,000 people, you're not going to catch it. I mean, it's only when you get to 5,000 that COVID rears its ugly head. What a bunch of nonsense. Nicholas says, I'm checking my subscriptions every day in case I get desubscribed and miss my icon next month. Yeah, no, good move there. We must now share the video. What video? Is New York going to start concentration camps they passed the law on the 6th? Good question, Fonz. Bring out your trolls. Hey, Clem. I was busted by my mobile. Yeah, Nigel is a member, but he was on his mobile and it wouldn't let him get his membership. Stephen from Vike says, thank you to all the benevolent members for letting us in. And thank you for hanging around, Stephen. Appreciate it. Beavers Babe says, good evening. Welcome to you. Hi, wonderful people in very hot Cape Town, says Freda. Okay. Cape Town is hot. Okay. Well, yeah, apparently you can't hang on the beach. Robin's already informed us of that. You cannot hang on the beach, but we sort of knew that already. That's not a surprise. Anyway, folks, yeah, so New South Wales Premier is mandates mask indoors. There you go. Once again, here's another one. A state records 7 locally acquired COVID cases. Okay. Oh, look, there's a Woolies. People wear masks as they walk past Woolworths and Sydney's on January 2nd. Wow. Required to wear masks in certain indoor settings from midnight on Saturday. Australian mask wearers working through the night. Wow. None of this will be a surprise, the Premier said. We've already strongly recommended mask wearing in these settings, but we want to do is make sure people are not in a situation where we're restricting people's ability to go about their business. Well, and here you go, folks. The Daily Maverick is up in arms about vaccines for South Africa. They want them now by South Africa's eminent scientist. Okay. How about sharing the names of those South African eminent scientists? Astonishingly, even now, in the full knowledge of what we face and with dozens of countries worldwide, including African nations, embarking on mass vaccination programs against COVID-19, it is distressing to hear senior officials increasingly talking down the prospects for the availability and usefulness of COVID vaccines in South Africa. Well, that's because South Africa is a dirt-poor beggar nation that has passing scores of 30% or less to get into university, which leads to functionally illiterate morons who cannot do science. Hence, people with any talent leave the country and go elsewhere, and many with talent are denied employment opportunities or university enrollment opportunities because of discrimination against them based on their skin pigmentation. So it's hardly surprising that South Africa can't cobble together a cadre of scientists in the 21st century to develop vaccinations on their own and produce them. No, they're just a beggar, cup in hand, going to the world, please, sir, please, more vaccinations for me, sir. Very sad. Let's see. Okay. There's no summer in South Africa if there's no beach. I feel dazed and confused. That was a great movie, by the way. Good movie. Matthew McConaughey, Dazed and Confused, was in that. She'll resist the BS, Chris, or leave them to crash. Morality. Well, Nick, how do you want to resist? That's the question. I'm resisting in one fashion, a minor fashion, by growing this beard. Which some people aren't entirely comfortable with. Here in Pennsylvania, people have no problem with beards, but you go to D.C., it's like, ooh, watch out, man. The mountain man came in from the hills of West Virginia. Ooh. Yeah, so it should be entertaining. But yeah, so there's different forms of resistance. Yep, anyway. Annette Beckett says, just read that governor is asked for another IMF. Government's asked for another IMF loan. Condition must be COVID on the rise. I'm not sure. But the South Africa has gotten $5.6 billion in loans. They got $285 million from the African Development Bank, $1 billion from the New Development Bank or the BRICS Bank, and $4.3 billion from the International Monetary Fund in July and August. Where's that money? Where is that money, folks? Where did it go? Where did that money go? Nigel says, one can only wonder at the wisdom of these experts crying wolf for not having the vaccine immediately when a muted virus is now doing the rounds. You know, we're going in with this. Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. I posted a proposed bill on Telegram group yesterday. Proposed bill on what, Fonge? There are so many messages going through Telegram that I can't keep up. So I'm not. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay, so let me know. Anyway, Croy says, "Hey, Croy, are you watching the Stormers tonight?" Also, no, I can't. Croy, I can't get Curry Cup here in the U.S. Please send me an email and tell me how you're doing it. I can't find it online. A few people in South Africa have offered to share their DSTV password and login with me so that I can watch those things from here, but that's piracy. I'm not a big fan of that. No, the Stormers aren't on. They're not on ESPN Plus. They're not on my NBC Gold package, which both of those things I shouldn't have to pay just to watch rugby, but I do. And they're also not part of my what's the other one? I have another rugby site. Anyway, so I pay for 3 rugby sites to watch rugby, and there's no rugby. No, I would love to watch the Stormers, but they've already played. They won. But I'll watch it after the fact. Any comments on that flatworm medicine? Not really. I don't know much about it, Pete Schumann. It's a medicine for treating flatworms, and now people are running around as if it's a cure for COVID-19. I don't see the connection. I'm not a medical practitioner, but I do have experience with epidemiology, and so I don't know. I don't know much about it, so I don't really have any comments on it. Arresting people that are COVID positive and well, that's crazy. That's crazy. Good evening to B, Mr. B. Interesting. I wait to see if that's a real person or somebody playing games. By the way, here's an op-ed from the Post and Courier here in the United States, and this is about the stimulus editorial. $2,000 stimulus checks, a bad idea. Interesting. Now, what's this all about? This is from yesterday. The proposal to send $2,000 stimulus payments to Americans appear to be dead for now. It's a good thing. The patently political and costly plan is a terribly inefficient way to spend federal money. The biggest problem is that the greatly increased amount would be directly directed to nearly everyone, rich or poor, throughout the nation. The economic burden of the pandemic has been concentrated on workers who lost their jobs and their hours slashed, and business owners. People are on the edge of eviction, and some need food assistance. Many others, including the rich and those who are able to keep working from home, haven't been financially impacted nearly as much, if at all. Well, there you go, folks. And that sounds very much like my op-ed on the stimulus package. I don't believe in the stimulus package, but as I said, it's ridiculous that they just hand out to anybody based on income qualification. That is not wise. Okay, saying a real person, but that doesn't make you a real person. We'll see what your conduct is. We'll see what your conduct is. Okay, please like the stream, says Hank. Yeah, please like the stream, folks. We opened it up to people who aren't paying members. Yep, also used for treating river blindness. That's right, schistosomiasis or bilharzia. Yep, treats that as well. Yeah, so, well, I mentioned flatworms. So that's where that stuff comes from. So there you go. In other news, folks, and this is from one of the more reprehensible news sites out there. This is not news, but just propaganda slate, that leftist drivel. But nonetheless, I like to bring up all news sources if I can find it. Anyway, so here you go. This one here. Judge throws out lawsuit calling on Pence to interfere in electoral college count. This is Louis Gohmert's lawsuit. Federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit by Representative Louis Gohmert of Texas and 11 Arizona Republicans that sought to force Vice President Pence to essentially overturn the results of the election handed to Donald Trump. U.S. District Court Judge Jeremy Kernodle, a Trump appointee, said Gohmert and his fellow Republicans lacked standing to sue. In what was always seen as a far-fetched effort by Trump allies to change the outcome of the presidential race, Gohmert had argued that Pence could unilaterally alter the electoral college count. The lawmaker called on the court to say that Pence, who will preside over the 6th January session to certify the results, could unilaterally decide whether to throw out some President-elect Joe Biden's electoral votes. The basis of what the judge said is that, and what Pence himself said, he's the wrong person to sue. He's not the person for the remedy in this. I don't know what the intent of this lawsuit was. All it did was set the grounds for yet another third-party lawsuit to be thrown out, so the media could, trash Donald Trump and say that, his failed stuff and trying to overturn. There's no overturning here. We're simply trying to expose and remedy the fraud that took place. Pervasive fraud, widespread fraud. And we're not even talking about all the states in the country. We're just talking about the states in question here, where it's clearly been the case. Folks, these people have destroyed our democracy. These ghouls, these thieves. And they have no shame about it whatsoever. No shame whatsoever. It's disgraceful. Unbelievable, folks. Anyway, so there you go. Yeah, let's get back to. Oh, here you go. Now this is not cool. This is not cool. Listen, we have zero respect for Nancy Pelosi. She is a patent, prolific, dishonest person, a liar, exposed time and again when she lies. She is a political creature, and it's good for you, not for her. She will lie and deceive to achieve whatever she wants to get power. She's craven. But that does not make attacking her physically acceptable. Speaker Pelosi's house is vandalized with graffiti and pig head. The graffiti include two marks typically associated with anarchism. The backlash on her handling the coronavirus stimulus bill could be hitting close to home, literally. Photos surfaced on social media and TMZ showing graffiti on a San Francisco garage door, supposedly the home of her home. The apparently spray-painted message read, $2,000 with a line through it. Cancel rent. We want everything. Wow. Spokesman for the San Francisco Police Department told Fox News that officers responded to the report of vandalism at 2 a.m. on Friday. Unidentified suspects had painted graffiti on the garage door and left a pig's head on the sidewalk. Wow. So, folks, that's not acceptable. Not acceptable. The way you deal with Nancy Pelosi is you have her censored by the House of Representatives and removed. That's how you do it. You don't pull this nonsense. That's criminal activity. No one should support criminal activity. Okay. Nicholas Gross says that's a segment of fistworm. So yeah, nematodes are unsegmented. So there are two general. It'll cure both. Not sure if the dose. Yeah, there you go. Yep. New York State Assembly bill of removal of cases, contracts, and carriers of communicable disease that are potentially dangerous to the public. Really? Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that one. Let me go find that. Thank you, Fonz. I had not seen that. I will take a look at it. So now it's not going to be enough simply to threaten you. Now they're actually going to make leper colonies, put people in prison for being sick as a consequence of their failed governance. That's interesting. That's creative art. What's creative art, Nicholas? Oh, you mean this stuff here? Oh, these things? Check it out, man. These are from Oaxaca, Mexico. Mexico, Oaxaca. Very beautiful, isn't it? I didn't go to Mexico to get these, by the way. I got them in San Antonio. Be very careful because my turtle is in two pieces. There's the shell and there's the turtle. Pretty cool, huh? There's also el gato and a fish back there and an owl. So yeah, those are pretty cool. When is Nancy Pelosi's time over? That's a good question. She was just reelected by the lunatics in San Francisco. My owner is in butthole. That's why I left. Okay. All right. Maybe the NC have infiltrated the Democratic Party. False flag Nancy vandalized her own house. Oh, it's a tortoise, not a turtle. My apologies for that. YouTube, Dr. Pierre Corey. Okay. No, that one I don't know. I haven't seen that. I'm less concerned about these purported medical solutions, folks, right now than I am about why are people leaving? Did trolls leave? We had more people when it was locked and more viewers, and we haven't even hit an hour yet. I get when people leave after the hour because they have other things to do, but in the middle of it, that's a little disappointing. Now we dropped to 86. What's going on here, folks? Ruan Mighty says, hi, Chris. Happy New Year to you, and please keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for making more people aware of the injustice in South Africa. Well, Ruan, it's my pleasure. You are most welcome. But Asablif, go watch my other videos and tell people about them so that we push viewership on the channel. I really do appreciate it. The mayor of New York clears Times Square and then goes dancing in Times Square with his wife, who wears a mask with pedophile emblems on it. I didn't see the emblems on the mask. I did see those clowns out there celebrating the times. See, rules for them, rules for you. Nancy Pelosi can go to and force her barber salon or her hair salon to open up to give her a hair appointment where she doesn't wear a mask and she goes in and jeopardizes people's health while she's castigating Americans for similar behavior. Yep. Members of ANC go about and have parties and do what the hell they want with no consequences. They fly to different countries, abusing government transport. Yeah, rules for you, rules for them. Absolutely. That's true. So there you have it, folks. That's the left. They are elites. They are special. No matter their origins, they are special. As long as they say stupid crap, moronic idiocy that caters to a tiny fraction of the population, but is something celebrated by the woke media, they get away with it. And people look at them as if they're something special. Yuvara Museveni, just a man, and not an impressive one at that. Paul Kagame, just a man. And Kozizani Dalimizuma, just a demented woman. Nothing special. Joe Biden, another demented individual, not even remotely special. Unless you think corruption is special and you approve of it. Nothing. Hey, Emil, good to see you there. Welcome, Emil Therp. Yeah, so folks, this hero worship and veneration of politicians and celebrities and sports icons is dangerous. They're just people. You can respect and honor people and show them deference. That's fine. But sycophantic behavior is not healthy. Not healthy at all. By the way, I am wearing a rugby shirt. No one noticed it. Nobody said anything about it, but there you go. That is a USA 2019 rugby polo. Pretty cool emblems and stuff on it. Check it out. Nice color scheme to it. Yep, USA Rugby. Cool beans. Anyway. So what else did I have here I want to cover before we end the stream? So, folks, you're listening to Chris White Africa on the Indaba Africa channel here on YouTube, part of the Indaba Broadcasting Network. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. And Top Secrets gave a super chat earlier on. Thank you so much for that. No new subscribers, no new members during the stream, but that's okay. We'll keep pressing ahead. Anyway, let's get back to where we were, folks. I was trying to cover some of the news for you guys. So Nancy Pelosi, they attacked Nancy Pelosi. Not good. Now, here's an interesting one here. Not everybody will get the stimulus check here in the U.S. Interesting. The IRS and U.S. Treasury are already calculating how much the $600 stimulus your family could get. Yep. Yep. Some people won't qualify for it. Yep. So, well, it looks like most of these people it shouldn't be getting anyway. Illegal aliens, non-resident aliens, 17 to 24. Yeah, I think that's a bit silly. But the media has gone out of its way to tell you that the vaccinations are safe, folks. Here's another from ScienceAlert.com. Check it out. ScienceAlert.com says how scientists know the approved vaccinations are safe. After a year, which resulted in 1.7 million deaths, false. Multiple lockdowns, true. Many people are welcoming the news that COVID-19 vaccines are starting to be given to the public. Widespread vaccination may mean that life can return to pre-pandemic normality. However, this scenario depends on people's willingness to get the jab. Okay, what happened there? My browser just locked up. Interesting. There we go. My mouse. Okay, it was my mouse. Some people are concerned about the safety. We've asked 14 experts in immunology, biostatistics, and vaccinology. I didn't even know it was a word. Whether they're safe. How does vaccine get approved? Well, that I already know. What safety data are there? Not many. And what's in the COVID-19 vaccinations? They're RNA vaccines. How do they make them so quickly? Well, this is actually a good article, folks. Let me share that in case people want to know about it. Whether you think they're safe or not, you might find the article interesting. So let me go ahead and share that with folks. I'll give you that link so you can check that out at your own leisure there if you want to do it. Boom. There we go. All right, there's the link, folks. If you want to check out that article, feel free to do so and read it at your own leisure. Interesting article. So, yeah, Hendo's not here. Jock said, I'm not anti-vaccines, but I don't trust this one. I'm not anti-vaccine either. I've been jabbed more times than a pincushion because I was in the Army. And I've had everything from rabies vaccinations to yellow fever to MMR, you name it. I've had it. Polio, I've had them all. But, I have issues with what's going on right now, too. I saw the pic of the mask with the symbols on Facebook. We got Ned Flanders. Well, hello, Ned. Is that a Family Guy avatar or is that a Simpsons? It looks like Family Guy. COVID-19 rules in the UK. You're not allowed to moderate on YouTube. Is that where Hendo's at? He's been shut down. He can't be a moderator on YouTube anymore. Interesting, folks. Interesting. Yeah. So let me see what else I had here. I pulled up for the news today. Yeah, no, I think that was all I really wanted to focus on. Oh, yeah, Trump. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is a good one. So this is from Epic Times as well. Let's talk about this. Trump says that massive amounts of evidence will be presented on January 6th. So let me just give you a prediction here, folks. Massive amounts of evidence will be presented in Congress on January 6th, and Congress will still vote to accept the results of the Electoral College and take presumptive nominee Joe Biden to, or presumptive President-elect Joe Biden to being President-elect for the first time. Yeah. The willingness of people to get the jab, so if you don't get them, you can't live normally, sounds like blackmail to me. Yeah, it does. It sounds like stigmatization. It sounds like illegal discrimination. Yeah, no. It'll be all that, folks. It will be all of that. Stephen von Vijk says, this just seems less like a vaccine and more like a subscription due every 4 months. Exactly. Thank you for saying that, Stephen. You got it correct. That's correct. If it only confers immunity for a few short months, and you have to get 2 jabs in order for it to work, we'll be jabbing people into perpetuity. What a wonderful business model for a pharmaceutical company that was not making any money off of vaccinations because they're not profitable. Now they are profitable because they're mandatory worldwide. Please. I always use Rugby Pass. My only complaint about them is they don't have Rugby Pass. I thought I had a Rugby Pass. They have Super Rugby. That's news to me, man. Let me check that out. Rugby Pass. Rugby Pass. I thought that, let me make sure I don't have a subscription to that. Any day now. It is so slow. Now, I read Rugby Pass, but I didn't know that they broadcast the games. That's news to me. So, Lions official statement is report cast out on the future of the summer tour. Ooh. All right, now this is news too, folks. We're going to have to talk about this one. Wow. Okay, that's not encouraging. Not encouraging. The South African government and the UK government are destroying the British and Irish Lions tour. This is not good. So let's get back to this. So, Croy, what's the spiel then? So, Rugby Pass broadcast games. Is it region restricted? Can you watch Curry Cup in the U.S. from Rugby Pass? If that's the case, then I'll pay them. Even though Rugby Curry Cup's almost over, I'll still pay them so I can get it. The top 14 French teams, I don't need to see that. I can watch that on my NBC Gold package, but doesn't really appeal to me unless there's South African players in it. In South Africa, you need not worry. By the time we get vaccines, numbers of the pandemic will have passed. It's already, yeah, that makes sense. Robert Bloomfield says hello to you. Hendo's key. Well, how are you saying Hendo's caps lock key is broken? Hendo's not even here. Why do you keep people saying that about Hendo? I don't even see him. Anyway, so Lions, here we go. This is not good news here, folks. Lions issue official statement as report cast out on future of summer South Africa tour after I bought the damn jersey. British and Irish Lions tour to South Africa has been placed in doubt after managing director Ben Cavalier revealed talks are being held over its viability. The coronavirus pandemic, which has seen new strains emerge in England, has cast uncertainty over whether the tour can go ahead as planned. Stop that. The Lions are scheduled to depart on June 27th for an 8-match itinerary that culminates in a 3-test series against the Springboks. He understands the need to make decisions sooner rather than later, as February is set as a deadline. As you would expect, we're progressing with our plans based on the latest information available to us. However, given the uncertainty that continues to be caused by the coronavirus, not the least of which is that we can provide clarity for supporters, book travel next summer, those thinking of making the trip. To date, the Lions board has repeated meetings. Wow. All right, well, there you go. So they are in the process of screwing us over on the British and Irish Lions tour, too. Shocker. Erica, Robin, can you see me? Well, I can see you, Erica. I don't know if Robin can. David says, sorry I'm late. No, well, you're welcome, whether you're late or not. Pleasure to have you with us. Nicholas says, side effects apart, boost jabs, cost, efficacy, and voluntary immunizations apart. South Africa can't even pay for it. It's not. No, that's why they're begging. That's why Cyril Ramaphosa is like, we've joined the COVAX program. We've contributed money to it, which will get us the vaccination for free. That's what Cyril Ramaphosa is telling everyone. He's begging the world for it. And you're seeing the World Health Organization and other people, none of whom contributed anything to developing vaccinations. Financial, scientific, labor, nothing. Facilities, not a damn thing. All demanding free vaccinations. Free vaccinations. on our backs, just like all the damn debt relief. Oh, you're racist. You won't loan us money. Give us money. Here's the money. Here's a few conditions. You have to treat your population well and invest in development. You, arrogance, you Western multilateral institutions telling us what to do with our money in Africa. We don't have money to pay the loans back. You must pay your loans back. You're racist, making us pay money back when we're so poor. Oh, sorry. Loans forgiven. Good God. Grow up. Bear responsibility for your own development, your own actions, and stop sucking off the teat of others. South Africa has a pharmaceutical industry. If it didn't have a broken education system, courtesy of the African National Congress, not apartheid, the ANC, not apartheid, let's get that clear. The ANC has destroyed education in South Africa. They have made it far worse than it was in 1994 for virtually every South African, white, brown, or black. And after 3 decades of incompetence and stupidity, you have functionally illiterate adults flooding the workforce where there are no jobs, and you're not producing things. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Why is the message being deleted now? What's going on here? Oh, yeah. Ron, don't use bad terms. We try to avoid that. Some get slipped through, but that's why you got deleted. Okay. Cyril was actually asking the private sector to contribute in his last speech. Yeah, of course, so they can steal more. The money they got from the Ruperts, the money they got from Patrice Motsepe and from the others wasn't enough. They didn't get to steal enough money, so they want to steal more money. Hey, Elaine, welcome to you. And then, Anna Marie, you missed some news 7 minutes past the hour. Okay. Is it from you, Anna Marie? Because a lot of people... John Travolta was hospitalized for COVID, but doctors confirmed it was only Saturday night fever. They assured him that he was staying alive. Apparently, he had chills that were multiplying. Anna Marie, you do know that that's a dad joke, right? You're not a dad. We can't say father or dad in Congress. It's abusive. Under the new general neutral rules, that would be a parent joke, not a dad joke. Oh, my goodness. SA Rugby will cancel every national game as they know they will get their asses kicked right now. Yeah, they will get their asses kicked right now. Have you watched the new documentary of Laura Southern Crossfire? I have not, Ruan. I asked Laura Southern to come on my channel, and she's blown me off. No response. And I know she is personally blowing me off because you must go through a booking agent, just like with that guy, Dr. Turley, whatever his name is. I don't know what his doctorate's in. It must be political science. But I contacted her with the contact information. It went to a booking agent who had the courtesy to respond to me and said they had sent the message on to Lauren Southern. So unless they lied to me, she's blowing me off. So I'm not going to watch her content if she doesn't have the courtesy to respond to me. That's very disrespectful and uncalled for. So yeah, I'm sure she's busy, but it's now been almost a month, and that's very discourteous. So I know that unless that booking agent's lying to me, which is possible, but I doubt it, she's blown me off. So I'm not watching her content because she doesn't have the courtesy to tell me no or be polite and respond to me. But on another note, I have got in contact with another personality who people may or may not know, and she's agreed to work with me and collaborate on the channel. So I'm not so sure. Now, this person speaks a different language, a language that I speak. So we'll see what comes about from that. But I've sent a message. Let me just look and see if I got a response from that person. They're very busy today, so I wasn't expecting a response back. Yes, I did get a response. Says, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. Looking forward to talking to you soon. Yep, that person responded. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see what will happen. Anywhere from Dinesh? Nope. And I'm going to reach out and try again, as well as I'm going to try to find a way to contact Michelle Malkin. And then now I had tried to set this thing up, which I thought would be really cool. That was a session with AF Bronco, Tony Bronco, and Jeremy Nell. But Jeremy Nell kept moving the goalpost like Lucy, moving the football on me. And then he told me he's available and he said he wasn't available. And he said, dude, I told you I wasn't available. But actually he did tell me he's available. I think he'd had too much to drink. Anyway, so I 3 times had to cancel on Tony Bronco, who was very understanding. So he said, let's do it in the new year. Well, the new year's coming, so I'd like to have that session coming up sometime soon. And what that session would be, ladies and gentlemen, is a well-known political cartoonist in the U.S. and in South Africa talking about their motivations, how they come up with their ideas, comparing their work, and just having a conversation. Should be interesting. That'll be another one coming up. Maybe she's another Neil DeBeer. I don't know, Anna Marie. Maybe. Neil DeBeer's a little bit different because that's a direct blow-off. I know that it went on his Twitter feed, and I don't know that he read it, but I'm sure he did. And then Neil DeBeer went on Loving Life. At least that's the advert I got. I don't know if he showed up to debate Isaac Fansal. That was fascinating. After Neil DeBeer said that he was happy to come on my channel as long as he's asked. I asked him, didn't come on. So I don't like dishonest people, folks. If you're not interested, then just say so. Don't mislead people. And don't string people on because it's unfortunate. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with saying no. Have moral courage to say no. For my part, I've not refused any interview. I've even gone on interviews where somebody had 2 subscribers on their channel just to help them build their channel. So I don't say no. I'm happy to take interviews. The only thing I would ever say is that there are some things off limits and I won't talk about them. And there's some things I can't talk about because of legal restrictions in the classified area. But Anna Marie, there's another one. Waldo Greff. Waldo Greff, I've sent 3 follow-up messages. Waldo said, have to wait for a response from my agent. Haven't heard from Waldo Greff. And Candy Kane either, for that matter, Anne Marie. Candy Kane, I sent a follow-up message as well as Waldo in early December, neither of whom have followed up. So, whatever. That's sad that Lauren did that, as I do admire her for standing by her principles. Isn't it possible she was busy with the Crossfire documentary as it was released yesterday, I think? I don't know, Ruwan. I can't speak to that. What I can tell you is what I know. She has a contact email on her YouTube channel. I found it. I sent an email. I got a response, and it wasn't clear if she was answering or someone else because they didn't put the name in. So I got the feeling from the way it was written that I was dealing with an intermediary, someone that was booking for her. So I wrote them and asked if they were, and I said, yes, this is the team that books, and takes care of her appearances and such, and interviews. So I'm trying to remember the order, but I don't know if I heard back from them or they heard back from me. But the bottom line is they wrote back to me and said that they had forwarded my request to Lauren and I would be hearing from her. I've never heard from her. I can't write to her directly, and I wrote back to them and I haven't heard back from them. So, listen, if you, some of the stuff, I mean, it's very disheartening when people pull this bullshit because, number one, you ask people to come on and you're like, well, they say they come on, but then they'll come on. Why? Did they watch a video I did and maybe it offended somebody? Did I do something wrong? Is my content not good? But I will say this about the person whom I just got this message from WhatsApp on. I got to go to the email to do that. Sorry, it wasn't in WhatsApp. So this person who was very polite wrote back to me. Give me a moment here so I can find it because I moved the message this morning so I wouldn't lose it. It'll take me a second to find it. Come on, where are we at? Come on. There we go. Okay, there it is. So let me get this. And this is, I'm going to read you not exactly what the person said, but most of it, and this is very kind. So this is very polite. Now, even if this person later decides they don't want to appear on the channel, that's fine. But this is what the person said. So here's what the person said. Hi, I'm quite busy today, so my response won't be long, but I checked out your channel and you seem to be a really kind, intelligent person. I would love to collaborate with you on your channel. You have an impressive background and knowledge. Do you do interviews on Zoom or Skype? I'll give you my number so you can contact me on WhatsApp or Telegram if that works for you. But please don't call me without asking. I usually don't pick up calls. And that's the same thing I tell people because I never call people on WhatsApp unless I ask them ahead of time if they're available, unless it's an emergency. Otherwise, don't do it. So that's a very respectful, polite response from someone about coming on the channel. That's how you do business. Now, there is a possibility people miss messages. That's true. But if, in fact, Lauren Southern has a booking agent or someone that handles that, when they sent that to her, they're on the CC line or they're in the loop on a blind carbon copy. So, and even if they're not, there should be follow-up. If I was a booking agent for Lauren Southern or for Chris Wyatt and I was passing requests to Lauren Southern or Chris Wyatt, I would have a timeline. After 10 days, I'd come back and say, hey, did we get it booked? Do we need to put it on the schedule? So somebody's falling down somewhere. So I'm not attacking Lauren Southern, not by a long shot, but it is very disrespectful of someone. And right now, based on what they told me, that person is Lauren Southern. So anyway, Neil DeBeer, I don't trust. He has shifted his business so much, not surprising, messing around. He was scared you would ask him hard questions and challenge him. Vernon, I think you're right about that. I think that what happened with Neil DeBeer is that when Anna Marie asked him about coming on my channel, he didn't know who Chris Wyatt Africa was. So he said, sure, I'll do it. And then he probably went and looked and was like, ooh, whoa, no, I think I'm going to go on there. But I don't know what happened. I never did get a chance to watch the Loving Life episode, so I'd like to go back and watch that with Isaac Fonsal and see what that was all about. But I've never seen it. So what about plastic industry heavyweight? I sent you details of. Did they reply? Shack Dweller, I've forgotten about that completely. I don't even know where I left that at. So, yeah, please send that to me again. My apologies. I get inundated with a lot of things. So, yeah. Sorry about that one, Shack Dweller. Yeah, again, Rowan, I don't know that that's what happened. I just know that that I was told by the booking agent that she had it. But I mean, it happens a lot. Same thing with Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson. Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson, I wrote to her and she agreed to come on my channel pretty quickly. It was pretty awesome. We set it up for like a Monday or something like that. And then I didn't hear from her. So I sent a message, nothing. I had no phone number to call. And then eventually they got in touch with me. And then what happened was I started my show and she didn't show up. And so a lot of people were really pissed off at Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson, who's out in Vancouver. And I was prepped for a good interview of her. So she finally got through to me and responded. And I said, hey, she said, well, how can we make up for this? I said, well, I have a second show, my Night Owls edition. That's at 3:30. Can you come on before that? And then she came on and we did a 30-minute interview in which she promised to come back and do the full interview later on. She also, when she discovered I was a counterintelligence agent and worked in the intelligence community, said, oh, I need to get you on my channel. Would you be willing to come on my channel? I said, yes, I would. So once it was over, I thanked her. Went off the air. So I finished with her, then restarted my stream for my Night Owls edition. And then I wrote back to, now the number I have, I think might be her agent, which may or may not be her spouse. But anyway, that number was written to me and it wasn't clear whether it was her or not, but it was used to facilitate the interview. So I think it's not her, but maybe her agent. Anyway, I wrote back there and to the email address in which she responded and said, thanks a lot for coming on. Now, when can we schedule the full interview? Let me know. These are some dates I proposed. And then please let me know anytime you'd like me to come on the program. I'll make myself available. No response. I waited a month. I sent a follow-up message, a polite message, no response. I have no use for that nonsense, folks. That's utter nonsense. If people miss messages, that's fine. That does happen. And there are mistakes. There's confusion. For instance, when we had what's the name on here, Dr. Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank right now. But we had him on here, and there was some confusion about that because he presumed that we were using Skype, but I never sent a Skype address. He never gave me anything, so there was confusion on that. So, there's William Nace. Thank you for Wilma Nace. Thank you, Wilma, for subscribing. Appreciate that. General Inflatables is here. I had the same problem with Book from Blair, Steve, for birthday wishes. Gut Brot 68 just subscribed. Thank you for that. It's awesome to get subscribers. We're really excited about that. Bram Janssen from Rendsburg. Okay, so Bock von Blerk, I was given a number. Oh, Kobus Boshoff. Kobus, I've seen you before. Are you resubscribing? Thank you. Or there's another Kobus Boshoff. But with Bock von Blerk, I was given contact information for one of my viewers, and it was purported to be Bock's agent. I wrote that, hey, Mark Lombard just subscribed. Wow, what's going on? What are you guys watching right now? Is that from this, or is that from a video I've got up there? Wow, 3 like in less than a minute. At that pace, it'd be like the October time. We got lots of subscribers. But yeah, so I wrote to Bock von Blerk's agent. And the purported agent, I apologize with the cold contact. I said I was given this number and this is who I am. You can check out my site. And the person wrote back and said, go to this email address. So I used the email address, which was a generic email address for the agent, and then never had a courtesy to respond. I waited a couple weeks, sent back a message, and then I did another one a month later and just blew me off. So assuming that person is Bock von Blerk's agent, screw you. That's childish and immature. Have the courtesy to tell me, don't use this number. It's a private number. You shouldn't have contacted me. But that's not how it was set up. I was told to use a different email address. I did it, and they didn't have the courtesy. And then I followed up and said, I sent you the message. Maybe you could check your spam. Anyway, and nothing. Dr. Hammond. Thank you, Teresa. It was Dr. Peter Hammond. Yeah, Dr. Peter Hammond, there was real confusion on that one, and I was really felt let down by that. But, that was a lot to do with poor coordination. And that's also, I don't like to book guests who don't give me their mobile number or a contact number, because I can't call them ahead of time if there's an issue. And people don't always check their email. They don't check WhatsApp. So because so many people want Dr. Hammond to come on the program, I didn't push for a number and I didn't get one, and that contributed to that confusion that day. So, but we sorted it out. He was a brilliant guest when he came on. Fantastic conversation. Really enjoyed having him on the program. I'd like to get Dr. Hammond back again at some point. Peter Crutch says, "Good evening. Pity about Lauren. That would not have expected that." I don't know what to expect from Lauren Southern, folks. All I know is that she gets banned a lot by platforms. Anyway, I've not heard back from her, and I'm not going to keep begging. It's like the same thing. It's like with the Kiffness. Back earlier this year when I first started my channel before the Kiffness caught fire and a lot of people started enjoying their lockdown parodies, I wrote to them and said, "Hey, I'd like to have you come on my channel. This is who I am. You can come on." And they wrote back to me and said, "We're busy. We don't have time." Then not all that long later, they were on everybody's channel, including Joe Emilio's channel. Joe had like 300 subscribers, and they were on Joe Emilio's channel. I had thousands of subscribers, and they blew me off. So on Joe's channel, I was on there later on. I was chatting, and everybody knew the story, so they made light of it, and the Kiffness said they would come on my channel. I've not contacted them since then. The way I was handled, and I was very, very polite about the email. It was not quite as polite about that. It was pretty perfunctory, and so, I took offense to it. I'm not going to beg people to be guests on my program. I don't need a guest. I do it for my viewers, and I try to get the guests you ask for. Odez is another one. People are like, "You got to get Odez in your channel. You got to get Odez in your channel." I wrote to Odez, and he said, "I'm busy right now. Can we do this later?" And so a month later, okay, let's schedule it. Okay, yada, yada. And then nothing. So whatever. But people aren't getting paid to come on the channel, so they're not under any obligation. No obligation whatsoever. But by contrast, I get guests like Bram von Straten, who's who's fantastic. He's been on the program like 4 times. Dasha Pruitt's been on the program several times. Representative Don Kiefer's been on several times. Those guests are fantastic. Steve Hofmeyer. Let me give you an example of a big celebrity, Steve Hofmeyer. I was given a number to Steve Hofmeyer's agent. I wrote to it, cold called, and apologized. Within 48 hours, that agent responded back to me and said, I will pass your message on to Steve, and we'll get back with you. Less than 24 hours later, Steve Hofmeyer himself wrote to me and said, "I'm happy to do the program. I look forward to it," yada, yada, yada. So we scheduled. Just a few days later, Steve Hofmeyer came on the program. I think it was on a Friday. And I understood we had like an hour, but Steve and I went for 2 hours. We probably could have kept going on and on, but I didn't want to take too much of his time. And so there you go. Steve Hofmeyer came on the program. It was a brilliant stream. I've invited Steve back a couple of times, but Steve has legitimately been busy. And I know he's been busy because when I asked him, he had other things going on. I could see it after the fact. He actually was out doing those things. But he was a brilliant guest and very polite. I still get messages from Steve Hofmeyer. When he debuted his song in September, he sent me the digits. And I wrote back and said, "Steve, thanks for sending this to me. Did you send it to me just to enjoy it, or may I air it on my program?" He said, "No, you're welcome to play it on your program." So I played it on my program, and I got a copyright claim, not from Steve, but by third-party software. So that's a very different approach. Dr. Corne Mulder was easy to get in touch with, whereas other members of his party, including Dr. Groenewoud, are impossible to get in touch with. I wrote to them directly, to the party directly from the Freedom Front Plus, as well as 2 serving members in the parliament, and the 3 of the people, all the executives of the party, and they all blew me off. Nobody ever responded to my email, not even the courtesy to respond to it. So they weren't rejected emails. I didn't get a mail or Damon fail, so never heard from them. By contrast, someone gave me contact information for Dr. Mulder. I reached out. Dr. Mulder agreed to come on the program. He was a fantastic guest. We had a great time. And just like that happened. The guys in the Cape Exit movement and the Cape Secession movement, whether that's Hein Marks, who was happy to come on the program, been on the program a couple times. Phil Craig, happy to come on the program, been on the program a couple times. And Des Palm, been on the program once, happy to come on the program. Very easy to work with. It's great when you have guests like that are willing to work with you. It's wonderful. It's frustrating when you have to pull people's teeth all the time to get them to come on the program. Erica says, "Yep, people blowing off regarding bookings are bad-mannered. Sorry, I went through that. Don't take it personally, not a reflection on you." No. It's just frustrating because I get excited when I want to deliver things for people, and I enjoy the program as much as you guys do. I mean, I'm sitting here and one talking and doing stuff, but I really enjoy the program. Having read about the musical industry and agents, one will find that 99% of the time it's the agents flipping one off. Nigel, I agree. You notice I didn't say anything bad about Bob van Blerk. I didn't say anything bad about a few other artists who I've gotten blown off by. Yeah, no, I know it's agents. And the agents, for various reasons, can be difficult. And I'm dealing with an agent now because we're booking Ushti Drittens. Not that he's difficult. He's not difficult at all. But I'm just saying it so I have the actual experience of working directly with an agent. So, yeah. Steve will be back. It was a good vibe. Yeah, no, I thought so, Eric. I thought it was a great vibe between Steve and I. I'd love to get him back. Steve Hoffmeyer got me introduced to your channel. It was a great stream. Thanks, Clem. It was an awesome stream. I took and made a couple little short video vignettes out of it, which were pretty cool. Steve and Cape Secession guys were awesome and good interviews. Even that wonderful lady from Siska Smith Howard was brilliant. Yeah, but the problem with Siska Smith Howard is that she's a chatty Cathy, just like Chris Wyatt. Man, we'd have been on for 6 hours if I hadn't cut that stream off. That was fun. That was fun. Elizabeth says, can you get Amazing Polly on investigating journalism? Been streaming for years. I don't know who Amazing Polly is. Now, I did try to get that guy that does there's a guy that does videos on all the, when cars get robbed and crimes in South Africa. But I never got a response on that either. That was months ago. Thank you for persevering, Chris. If people are not interested, let's kick the dust off and move on. Exactly. That's why I haven't written back to Odez. I haven't written back to Laura Southern, Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson. This is the point. When my channel is 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, and I'm appearing on television in South Africa or maybe on the radio here in the U.S., they'll be knocking on my door. They'll be looking to get on my program. So, yeah. So we'll see. Top secrets. You've been here all along? I didn't know you've been here all along. Wow, cool. I thought you left a long time ago. I hear you on Lauren Southern. It makes sense how you think about it. But nevertheless, Crossfire was a great documentary, and I think many people should see it. No, and I don't speak ill of her work at all. No, I'm subscribed to Lauren Southern's channel. I'm just saying. Anyway. Let me see what else. Please get the lady who wrote the David Mabuza book if you can. I don't know who that is, Vernon. I don't know who that is. Yeah, and also what's his name from UDM? Help me out there, Major General. I keep wanting to say Bantu Holomisa. Yeah, Bantu Holomisa. Major General Bantu Holomisa agreed to come on the program, and I assume it's because of the holidays, and we're all set. That I'll follow up on because he positively said he would like to come on the program, but I've been trying to schedule it for over a month, and I've heard back from him. He wrote back to me, and then he went silent. So I don't know if the holidays got him tied up or what, but I will reach out to General Bantu Holomisa again. I'm really curious to get him on the program. I'd really like to have him as a guest. So, yeah. Yeah. Adios, Africa, Blood and Guts. No, I haven't seen it, but people keep talking about it. They keep talking about that. I haven't seen it. Okay. Vernon says, lots of people don't want to appear as you do have good knowledge and can ask a fairly hard question. From what I've seen, you've not been rude to any guest. No, I've never been rude to a guest. I don't think I've ever even been disrespectful to a guest in any respect. I show courtesy. I try to set the ground rules ahead of time and be fair to people. If there's a topic they don't want to talk about, like Liesl Pretorius from the South African Macadamia Nut Growers Association said she didn't want to talk about politics. I didn't raise politics once. Even though politics affects our industry, didn't want to talk about it. We want to talk about the success of the macadamia nut industry and the challenges it faces in South Africa. So that's what we did. And I'll do the same with any guest. I will say this. Listen, I have got to throw props out to guests who are well-known, who pop up out of nowhere, and they just come on the program like this. So, for instance, on my Christmas program, many, many, many thanks to Donnie Bota, who came on the program. And I didn't even ask him. Johan took care of that for me. He came on. He was fantastic. As well as Irene Louise van Wyk. Wow. Thank you so much. She agreed that morning to come on the program. It was fantastic. And then she wanted to sing. She did a cappella on the program. I'm going to write back to her and see if she wants to come on the program for an interview sometime soon. I thought she was fantastic and very interesting. Very much a Gen Y or Gen X or whatever kind of, I can see that on her worldview and such. But I want to talk more about her trip to Iceland that she went to with her husband. That should be fascinating. I don't know about this Polly person, folks, man. Don't know about that. Polly had humble beginnings. Well, so did I. What about getting Herman Shabala? I don't know who Herman Shabala is. Who is Herman Shabala, InfoSwiss? Well, where have you been, man? I haven't seen you in ages. Who is Herman Shabala? Why am I not knowing that name? Or maybe I know who it is and I'm just drawing a senior moment here. So tell me who that is. Anyway, folks, where are we at? It's, 12:30. And we are at 97 likes. Oh, my man. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. Let's smash that like button. Get that up to 100. Ron says, Chris, a lot of your viewers mention that it means you should watch it so that we can really speak about. It's really interesting, almost like a social experiment. What happens when you remove the West? Which one are we talking about here? Is this the 70s documentary? Put it up again. I'm sorry, Ron. Which you want me to talk about? Because we're talking about two different things here. They're talking about poly. They're talking about this movie from the 70s. They're talking about another thing. I've seen the film, but to be honest, I avoid looking at it. It makes me extremely angry. Yeah, there's a great movie from the end of the colonial period that was filmed by Australia and was really, really, really good. I used to use it all the time. I can't think of the name right now. I have to look up my syllabus. I used it all the time for the African Studies program at the War College. Hey, Cameron, welcome to you. Leader of the New Action SA. Do you mean Herman Mashaba? Do you mean Herman Mashaba? I know who Herman Mashaba is. If that's who you're talking about. Shabala, Herman Mashaba. Yeah, Herman Mashaba might not want to come to my program. Because I've accused him of race mercantilism and expressed how disappointed I was in his commentary about the Democratic Alliance. Not that I'm a fan of the Democratic Alliance, but I felt that he's a political opportunist, and so I'm on record as having said that publicly. It doesn't mean I dislike the guy. In fact, I may be wrong about what I believe to be his political opportunism, but I've seen him as a political opportunist. So I've never asked Herman Mashaba to come on the channel because I don't know that if he researched my channel, he would think he'd get a fair shot. If he came on my channel, he would get a fair shot. I would interview him objectively, and I would ask those questions about the DA. But those won't be off limits because I want to know why he did that. His commentary and his actions when he left the DA smack entirely of political opportunism. And so Herman Mashaba, yeah. Action SA. Action SA is another likely to be failed party in South Africa like COPE, Congress of the People, that's based entirely on a personality. Julius Malema's economic freedom fighters will collapse and disintegrate the moment Julius Malema winds up in prison. So, yeah, or he has a traffic accident. They'll be gone. John says, ever considered Carl Benjamin? He talks a lot about U.S. politics on the Lotus Eaters. Another person I've never heard of. Never heard of this person, Carl Lotus. Yep. I consider lots of people, folks. If you ask me to get them on, if they're interesting, I get them on. Also looking for big names, and I appreciate when someone has contacts with a big name. That's always nice. I'll tell you, one of my favorite gets, my absolute favorite gets, I'm going to try to get back here soon. I need to write about it, is Dr. Victor Davis Hanson. Oh, my gosh, that was one of the best interviews ever. I truly, truly enjoyed it. So I'm going to try to get him back on the program. But, he's been very much in demand because of what's been going on. So I'm going to try to get him on and see if we can't do it. What's this? I don't know what that is. Julius will never end up in prison. Well, he may wind up in a traffic accident, a fatal traffic accident, though. That's a time-honored cadre method of eliminating opponents, so especially in Zimbabwe. But there you go. Anyway, folks, we hit the 100 likes. Thanks a lot for that. I'm going to call it here. I will do a Night Owls edition. It'll be open to everybody, so be prepared for the trolls to show up. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate it. And Rowan says, maybe I could just imagine it's happening. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, thanks a lot, folks. Appreciate you tuning in. Happy New Year to everybody. Top Secrets. Thank you for the super chat. I remember it because it was a sole super chat early on. Thanks to the new subscribers. We had like a rush of them there in 30 seconds. We had like 3 of them. That was pretty cool. And I'll be back for Night Owls edition tonight, folks. Tune in. Don't forget, on the 6th of January, live from Washington, D.C., it's #StopTheSteal. I'll be in Washington, D.C. on the 6th of January providing live coverage. Now, it may be a little awkward. I'm going to tell you now, if I get there and you are on my webpage and you see the link for the stream and it doesn't become active, go refresh the page because on my mobile, I haven't quite figured out how the hell I find scheduled streams on here to open it up in YouTube. It's never worked. So I'm going to have to try and experiment with that. So I think what's going to happen is I've got the marker set and then I'll actually have to start another stream on here. So just be prepared for that, folks. Just keep scouring my channel. I will go live at that time, which is 9:30, 4:30 South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia time, but 9:30 East Coast time because the events are supposed to be taking place from 11 to 1 o'clock. So there you go. So that's on the 6th of January. Live coverage from the event. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, whatever. What else you got here? Fadil Adams from Hotful. I don't know that one either. Cameron says we love you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Rhino DeBeer, Liberty Fighters Network. These are names I don't know, folks. You guys are asking me to contact the dozens of people. Okay, I don't know who any of these people are. Let me just try to get those comments saved really quickly so I can look up who these people are. Yep. But again, folks, Nobody's under any obligation because I don't pay guests to come on my program. So if you don't want to come on the program, don't come on the program. But, if you are having a hard time making ends meet, or you're a celebrity or a minor celebrity, it's never a bad idea to get a good interview that people can fall back on. Hey, your subscribers went up from 20.1 to 20.2. Landon, that's correct. We finally turned a corner, and I'm not going to proclaim that until we get to 21,000 or so, because the games have been going on, have been changed, and the only reason I've gained is because they still take subscribers away, but I've gained more subscribers because I did a couple videos about Julius Malema and Beckett Sile, and that's helping gain some subscribers. So we're actually right now, folks, at a higher number of subscribers than I've ever had, because the peak had been 20,232 in early December before we got messed with. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We have just hit 20,250. So there you go. That's the first time ever. So that's 18 better than our peak was in December when things went sideways. And in December, it looked like I was going to end up with less people in December than I had in November, but in the end, I just barely eked out what I had previously. So we had, as I said, in December, early December, 20,000. Whoops, that's not the right one. This pen is dead. Stop using that. 20,232. So 20,232. And from that, we went like this downwards, and we got more down, but eventually what happens, we had 20,000, and then we got down to 110. And now we're back to 20,250. So that's this was the peak in December. That was the highest number we ever had, 20,232. We dropped to 20,110 around Christmas time. I was very concerned that we would end below 20,000 for the year, and then we wound up with 20,250 for the year. So I'm going to do a video in which I spell out all the facts and details about the channel. And then I'm going to thank everybody for the support. That's just going to be talk about 2020 wrap up of things we covered, but it's going to take some time to put it all together. I might do a couple of those. Maybe the second wave of subscribers are coming. Landon, yes, I think they will be coming. I'm hoping. Fon says 100,000 by the end of the year, Chris. That'd be an awesome goal. Ronaldo has 94,000. He's been around for 14 years. I've been around 14 years, but I haven't been doing this channel like this for 14 years. I've just started doing this in February. And honestly, the way I do it now didn't start till May. So that's really June, July. It's really 6 months that this has gone to 20,000. So it's not impossible. Once you get traction, things start to catch on. I suspect that there's a chance that my 6th January trip to DC might pay off and more Americans becoming aware of the channel. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing it, so that people become aware of it. My Liberty Under Assault segment. So fingers crossed and hope that pays off. Yep, so we'll see what happens there. Yes, Nigel, Erica and Nigel will be doing a live chat. What about Monday? Well, what's Monday? Wait, before I commit to Monday, I think Wednesday is when I have to go to DC. Monday is, come on here. Monday is the 4th. What about Monday or Tuesday? Maybe Tuesday's better, the 5th. What about Tuesday the 5th? What do you guys think? Or Monday the 4th or Tuesday? Erica and Nigel, let me know what you guys think. Monday is probably good. We'll try to get that guest. Well, thank you, Anne-Marie. Appreciate it. Yeah, anyway, so there you go, folks. I got a lot of work to do. What about that Caitlin Bennett Liberty Hangout? She's cheeky. I have no idea who that is, but now you've got me curious, so let me check out who that is. Caitlin, what was this? What about Caitlin Bennett Liberty? I don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. You guys watch all kinds of channels I never even heard of, man. Again, I watch YouTube some, mostly for music videos and for some documentaries. But I didn't really watch it much other than the occasional videos about politics and such. But I started doing that a lot more the last year before I started doing this. Still a big achievement for under a year to get so many subs. Yeah, well, that's really 6 months, Elizabeth. I mean, not really, not 6 months. If we go from May, that's from, what was it? It's 19,000. It's 19,000 then. 19,000 in 6 months. So yeah, it's pretty good. But we're going to talk about that. We had just under 2 million views, 1,875,000 views for the year. I really wanted to get 2 million, but we didn't quite get it. Talking about the Congo today or the past? No, Landon, we're talking about growing up in the Congo. That's what it'll be. Growing up in the Belgian Congo. That's what the topic of that conversation will be, Landon. Not the Congo today. Growing up in the Belgian Congo from two people who grew up there in a very different time. And so it's important to get this sort of oral history, and this will be recorded history, because there will be very few people alive 20 years from today who grew up in the Belgian Congo. And so there will certainly be very few white people from the Belgian Congo who will be alive in 20 years who can tell us about their experiences growing up. So it's important to capture these things now. It's also important to capture experiences from black and white Zimbabweans about growing up in Rhodesia right now. So we might do a program about that sometime. I'd offer to do it, but the Rhodesians were kind of skittish. Nigel and Erica jumped on board, and we had a conversation the other day for New Year's Eve. And like, yeah, why don't you have us on? I'm like, yeah, sure. I tried to do that with Rhodesians. It didn't quite work out so well. If you have a chance, also check out another one. Congo is a really interesting country. I did my thesis about King Leopold in the Congo during that time. I'd be curious to see your thesis on that, Landon. I really would be. I used to be an intelligence analyst covering the Congo. The one reporting for members, you are super late. One we're about to end right now. There you go. All right, cool. Nigel's good for any of those days. And then I'm waiting for Erica. Did Erica leave? Looks like Erica's quiet, so I have to ask Erica. Anyway. All right, yeah, folks, please feel free to hit that like button. It's not broken. It's free, and it won't bite you back. So feel free to do it. Yep, but we just hit 20,250. Fingers crossed that we keep growing. I'd like to catch up to Roman Kabanek in short order. That'd be pretty cool. Shakdwar says, keep skipping my questions. What question, Shakdwar? I haven't seen a message from you in ages here. Shakdwar says, what about a stream? What top brass dancing roles during the struggle and why they get positions they have now? Yeah, but that one is I mean, that's a lot of research and a lot of work to find that one. So I appreciate where you're coming from. So we could talk about that, but that's going to be a tough one to do. Yeah, so let me think about that one. But that's a good topic. I like the topic, but I wasn't skipping your question, Shakdwar. It just didn't jump out at me. I'm looking at the chat here in the stream, and it's not showing my name in orange. I see it over here now. And yeah, so sorry I missed that. Okay. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Thanks a lot. We'll catch you for the Night Owls edition in under 2 hours. It's more work to do. All right. God bless, and have a lovely evening. And for those of you who will be back with us shortly, we'll see you here on the channel in a little under 2 hours. If you are a viewer of Ronaldo Hos, I don't know if he's doing a stream because he was streaming earlier on a super secret stream. So I don't know. Somebody let me know. If he's on at 8 o'clock, feel free to go watch Ronaldo. Check out his channel. If you're a Scott Bolson Loving Life fan, he's usually on at that time too, but I don't know what's going on now. If anybody knows what's going on with Scott Bolson, he's moving to his own domain, so I don't know if he's still doing YouTube streams because we're now in January. But if you do, feel free to go watch Scott as well. Anyway, thanks, folks. Take care. Clicking those forces YouTube algorithm to promote suggests exactly. That's why I asked for people to do it. That's why I asked for people to push it. Would you mind if I post some pictures of that time period on Telegram? Not at all, Nigel. Not at all. Feel free to do it. Remember to take your selfie stick. Yeah, I do. I have it right here right now. So there you go. I also have a larger one, which I'm going to take. I can kind of set up like a tripod. So I'm going to take that as well. So, yep, absolutely. I will take both selfie sticks. I will take lots of backup battery packs like this bad boy right here. That's a massive one. That one right there is, how many is it? Gosh, where's the capacity? 16,100 amps, mega amps. Yeah, that's huge. Yep, this thing is big. That thing will recharge a phone several times. Yeah, so I'll be taking that as well. Absolutely. So, yep, ready for that. Okay, folks. 1,800. Okay, thank you, Robert. Yep, I'll have my selfie stick. That's it. Catch you here shortly. Take care, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the support. Appreciate 118 likes. Getting there. All right. Where are you at? Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Sorry. That's not what I wanted to do. See, I did it again. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Why is that still on the screen? That's weird. What is going on here? Something strange. That is not what I have on the screen. You guys are seeing something. Okay. Wow. My software is really responding quite slowly. So I'm sorry about that. Okay. So now it should be off. Let me try it again. There we go. Wow. That was creepy. Creepy. It was like Joe Biden, man. All right. Here we go. Closing video.